Sonny protects people he loves, and I want that too.
So you want to be a hitman because it's for the greater good? Is that it?
I don't know, Alexis. Okay, but I can't let it go. Look, it gives me something that I didn't know I needed until I almost threw it away. Can you find a way to live with that?
No, I can't.
Hey,
Hi.
how's Danny?
He's sleeping. Did you talk to Dr. Singh? Did they find a donor?
Dr. Singh is off the case. Danny has a new doctor now.
What? Who?
Silas Clay. Silas managed to convince Monica to make him GH's head of oncology.
Has she actually met the guy?
He must have impressed her.
How? He's mean, he's arrogant, he's awful.
He is good at his job.
A doctor devoid of bedside manner cannot, by definition, be good at his job.
Okay, Silas's personality may be a little bit challenging, but I think part of the reason why Silas went after the job to begin with is because of Rafe, so he wouldn't have to take him back to New York. So he wouldn't have to be away from everybody that cared about him, and the protocol that he recommended for Danny seems to be working, even though it is in the early stages.
Don't you think this is happening rather quickly?
To hear Silas tell it, he hammered Monica, highlighting GH's failures in oncology, and presented his plan to make GH the premier cancer center in the Northeast. She was suitably impressed and obviously offered him a truckload of money.
Ah, you see, now the real motive. It's not because he cares about Danny, it's not because he cares about Rafe, it's all about the money.
I don't care, Mom. Whatever the case, Silas is the boss now, and his first priority was to revamp the staff, so Dr. Singh is out, and yes, Silas is now taking on Danny personally.
Are you sure this is what you want?
I may not like the guy, but he was the one to see Danny's symptoms and diagnose him before anyone knew he was sick.
You're prepared to have Dr. Silas treat him on a regular basis?
Mom, I don't care if he takes over the whole damn hospital. As long as he saves my son's life.
Wow. Whatever works for Danny works for me. I just don't want Silas to give you too much grief.
I can handle him.
You shouldn't have to handle your son's doctor. His job is to treat Danny. You know, it's also part of his job to have a rapport with Danny and a rapport with you, and if he can't do that, then he shouldn't be in medicine.
Mom, I'm gonna save my review until after Danny's in remission.
You're right. Let's stay positive.
Yeah, I mean, the chemo seems to be working well. I'm sure he's gonna be fine. And if he doesn't, and we do have to go through with the bone marrow after, Spinelli put together a potential list of donors from my side of the family and from Jason's, and one of them will work out.
Good. Now, did you go through everyone on the list? Can I make some calls?
There are a few that I still have to run down, but there's one that I may have to talk to in person.
Why?
Because he's gonna need a little convincing.
Seriously? Who in their right mind would turn that baby down?
Franco.
I can't believe we're at a point where we have to ask Franco to see if he's a donor match.
Mom, I don't like it either, but I would go to the devil himself to save my kid's life.
There's gotta be somebody else.
Somebody, the best candidate would be a full-blooded sibling, but Danny doesn't have that. So I have to cast a very wide net right now.
Okay, so we'll ask every family member, and if they're not a match,
Mom,
then
I
we'll
don't have the luxury to do that. This is Danny we're talking about. This is his life. Franco is Jason's twin brother. He may or may not be a match, but I've got to figure it out.
Well, as long as you're entertaining nightmare scenarios.
I know. Would I have a baby with Franco? I've already thought about this. Mom, I would do just about anything to save my kid's life. But a baby with Franco, that is the last resort. Right now, all I'm worried about is getting Franco tested, so I might as well just get it out of the way.
Absolutely not.
Mom, don't you get it? I don't care who Franco was or what he's done, as long as he might be able to help my son.
Of course I get it. You're a mother. You would crawl through glass to protect your kid. But I'm a mother, too, and I will not let that bastard worm his way back into your head. So if anyone's going to compel Franco to do this, it's me.
Mom, I appreciate the offer, I really do, but I do not want you anywhere near Franco.
Honey, I'm an attorney. He's not the first violent offender that I've had to deal with. Besides, there are legal issues that I have to make very clear with him, that if he cooperates, there is no quid pro quo. He doesn't get to have visitation with Danny. He doesn't get to communicate with you.
I don't want to scare him away.
He doesn't scare.
Okay, so if he's a match, then I will have you draw up...
I don't want you anywhere near him. He has brutalized you. He has traumatized you. He led you to think that Danny was your kid for months. Honestly, are you sure you want to ask for help from this man?
I can't get through anything as long as it's for Danny.
Fine. Let me handle it then, okay? You'd be doing me a favor.
A favor?
Honey, I feel helpless. I want to be able to do
Helpless?
something.
You've opened your home to me and my son.
Because I couldn't stand the thought of you guys being halfway across the city. Let me do this, please. All right? You need to take care of Danny. You need your strength, and you can't waste it fending off Franco.
Fine. Can you promise me one thing?
Done.
Take Sean with you. Please, we might be dealing with a new and improved Franco, but just in case it's not, it would make me feel a lot more comfortable if I knew that Sean was with you.
Well, as far as Sean being with me, that's not going to happen.
Why?
We're not together anymore.
What? You broke up? When?
Yesterday. It was a long time coming.
Mom, but why? You were so good together.
Yeah, well, look, let's just say there were irreconcilable differences.
Wait a minute, so does this mean that you're not going to be able to work it out?
That's what irreconcilable difference means.
Mom, it's just that when I see you and Sean, I don't see irreconcilable differences. In fact, just the opposite. You were good together. What got between you two?
Not what? Who? Sonny.
What did Sonny do this time? How did he come between you and Sean?
No, it's not as simple as what Sonny did or didn't do. Sonny started it and Sean ended it.
I don't think I understand.
Let's just say I couldn't live with the career choice that Sean made. I told him it was Sonny or me, and like with any good ultimatum, it didn't work out.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not like I didn't know this day was coming. I mean, you can only live in denial so long. I knew he was taking over for Jason, and I know what Jason did. How were you able to live with what Jason did?
Jason was honest about who he was and what he did. And I accepted that, Mom. I loved him for everything, and I wanted to spend time with him no matter how long it lasted.
You didn't have any regret?
Not for a second. You?
I'm gonna go see Franco.
Sweet.
Sam?
Hey, do you have a minute?
For you? Always. How was young Daniel?
He's sleeping. Look, I'm really grateful to you for putting together this list.
Well, I hope you know that I'd move heaven and earth for you and that child.
Thank you.
So how is the search going?
Well, we've reached out to most people on the list. My mom is actually headed over to Franco's right now.
Yeah, I'd been hoping that you'd avoid doing that.
Well, we need to screen everyone. Spinelli, somebody's got to be a match. Even if it is Franco or somebody from his family, it makes me completely sick to my stomach, but it's worth a try.
We can always search outside the family.
You know what? I just thought of someone that's not on this list, but is just as bad as Franco.
Who?
Hey, let me call you back, okay?